Alright, sorry guys, I did not know y'all didn't hear me in the last part, because when I tested it, it didn't have that sound, but yeah, sorry, let me fix that real quick. So like I said in the original video, it's very simple that this was size equalized. So I don't know why y'all was even talking about size to begin with, when I deliberately say this size was equal. Now, Nergigante got skilled because, I mean, look at how he disables Elder Dragons. This is a monster that also knows how to play dead in order to get close to its prey. So again, yeah, until we see Legendary Godzilla display that same intelligence and that same battle intelligence to the point where he's going to play dead to get his opponent, I really doubt it here. And now let's go into the stuff that I also gave Nergigante. He easily should have stamina as he's above Kushala Daora and Espinas, who easily, fought each other for 3 days straight. And we already know monster versus category or monster versus tier is multi-continental, and so is Nergigante. Nergigante's tier is also multi-continental due to Shara Ishvalda, who was actually shaking the old and new world in the game. Like, literally confirmed that these are entire continents in one thing. Let's also go over the fact that Amatsu is an elder dragon that moves storms probably in the same way Ghidorah does, if not with less effort, producing the same level of hurricanes. This would also put Amatsu at multi-continental, and Nergigante eats this guy. There's also the Fated Four when they're at their peak, as you guys can see on screen here. Each of these guys is able to actually mess up a continent if they wanted to. So, actually, they're actually known as continental threats. So that's not even a that's not a problem. This will also put Nergigante at the higher pecking order of beyond Elder Dragon level, kind of tiptoeing towards the Black Dragon era, Black Dragon tier, if you get what I mean. There's also the fact that when it comes to hexes, he and Godzilla kind of equal each other out because Godzilla has the long range, while Nergigante can simply increase his durability and regenerate from all things. Meaning that the more damage Godzilla applies, the more durable that Nergigante is pretty much going to become during this entire fight. And now let's talk about experience, right? Elder Dragons have been around for years, billions of years. And Nergigante actually clones himself frequently, meaning that clone has the same experience that the original has. There's also the speed feats. Nergigante is moving at faster than light speeds due to Garuda Daora, as you guys saw earlier. And if you want a lowball, nobody in the monsterverse is moving as fast as lightning. As monsters like Astalos, which are below Nergigante, could be a possible prey on him, are much slower than him. So again, I don't see the problem with Nergigante beating Monster vs. Godzilla, or any monster vs. monster for that matter. So, let's address this again. This is legendary Godzilla. Not comics, not Heishi, not Toho. Legendary. Legendary Godzilla does not have a super regenerative healing factor. Otherwise, his species would have been coming back from the brink of death. Okay? But let's compare that to Nergigante, who can actually come back from the legit claws of death here. But first, we're going to talk about Godzilla. We actually see that Godzilla has scars. Like, damage. Like, still there on you damage. And we all know scars really just don't go away naturally, alright? It takes time. It takes years to heal. So not only does Godzilla have he has a decent healing factor, but not instant. He doesn't have no insane regen or no insane durability. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the Shara Ishvalda defeat. And let's also talk about why that's impressive. Now, if you remember my last video, I already calced and I pretty much already gave feats for Sure, each Valda being multi-continental and Nergigante superseding that. So here's Nergigante playing dead, letting his guard down, by the way, on purpose. On purpose, meaning he's not defending himself against this attack. This is a multi-continental attack basically coming at him. And you know what he does? He comes back out from the mountain as if nothing happened. We don't even see his horns broke. No spikes are missing. Nothing from him is missing here. Y'all guys get that? There's nothing missing off him. Meanwhile, Godzilla has had broken dorsal plates that have healed over time. He's had his skin torn right open. And he still had scars by the end of Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay? Meanwhile, with Nergigante, he's able to withstand some of the strongest attacks from Elder Dragons and Elder Dragon level monsters and just toss them off like it's nothing. I mean, y'all just saw that supernova he tank. There's no comparison when it comes to regen. You don't come back from the brink of death, then your regen is not on the same point as the other person's. Nergigante is just has a much better healing factor and a much better regenerative rate than Godzilla from the legendary, aka the Monsterverse. I swear y'all make this way too easy. But yo, let's begin, right? So y'all want to start off with the oxygen destroyer? I'm really about to top that feat just by Monster Hunter alone. But you know what? Let me shut up. Here you go.
Withdraw to a safe distance.
Admiral, I don't understand.
We have been developing a prototype for a new weapon, an oxygen destroyer, designed to exterminate all life forms within a 2-mile radius. Developing a prototype for a new weapon, an oxygen destroyer, designed to exterminate all life forms within a 2-mile radius. With any luck, it will kill these things, and this nightmare will finally be over.
Admiral, we must keep our faith in Godzilla.
I'm sorry.
So not only did he even say that this thing doesn't even destroy molecules, it just kills everything within a 2-mile radius. It doesn't destroy anything on a molecular level, which is actually funny. So you know this guy right here? Yeah, that's a Cantor. Guess what he can do? Oh, this guy can attack your very soul. This is a monster that Nergigante hunted in the old world. And the hunters actually would have used the weapons against him at the time. Meaning that, again, Nergigante would be regenerating from his very soul. Something that Godzilla just simply doesn't have. So now we topping that. So now, what's your argument? I'm really curious right now. No disrespect, but really, what's your argument? From someone that can not only tank damage down to his soul, but can regenerate from astral level damage. Monsterverse does not have anything close to that. Not even Mothra sacrificing herself so that her radiation could release Godzilla's. But you know what? Hold on. Let's talk about this real quick. Well, pay attention.
Feeding. Regenerating.
This pull up the last frame. No. Yeah, the source of the radiation.
That's why he returned here. He's feeding. Regenerating.
Pull up the last frame.
No.
Yeah, the source of the radiation.
That's why he returned here. He's feeding. Regenerating.
So not only did she say that Godzilla needed this radiation, so Godzilla had to travel to basically his power source in order to heal. And yet Nergigante can simply heal naturally. I have nothing more to say here. Y'all can try this. Come on. Give me y'all best arguments right now. I'm loving this. I am eating right now. Peace. So this is just a little recap to get everyone, up to date here. So a while back, I made a video on Nergigante versus Monster vs. Godzilla. This is, again, Monster vs. Godzilla, and I had them size equalized, meaning they were the same size as each other. Let's say Nergigante was the same height as Godzilla. So not only did I go through other videos to prove that Nergigante was faster than light, because it's confirmed he's an old world monster and was actually the apex predator of the old world, but that he's also multi-continental, not due to share East Valdez feats, which cause him shaking multiple continents literally, but through a Matu who can cause the same tornadoes that King Ghidorah from the monsters can, if not much better tornadoes. There's also the Deviants of the Fated Four, who are also Elder Dragon level monsters. Okay, and there was a regeneration argument. Not only did I prove that Nergigante had much better regeneration, his was more on the spot than Godzilla's. Not only does Godzilla have scars, but he needs to travel to an extra source of radiation in order to fully heal. Which, again, I proved that it's the reason why he could barely survive the oxygen destroyer. Let's also not forget I proved that a Cantor, a monster that can literally attack the souls, was one of the few monsters that Nergigante would have hunted in the old world, because he has a massive amount of bioenergy that Nergigante would use. Let's also not forget the fact that everyone in that comment section kept trying to use comics when this is, again, movies, not comics Godzilla. We're going by the current canonical Godzilla, the MonsterVerse Godzilla. But let's also talk about the strongest version of Nergigante that actually competes with comic Godzilla. This is from Teppen, which is a crossover game of multiple Capcom franchises, which would count as a semi-form of canosity to the other franchises because they actually do believe in crossovers as canon. So not only did this Nergigante fought Morgan Angelin, he also fought Amaterasu, he's fought Nero, and he's fought... Actually, I think he also fought, let's see. Oh, a massively amped Rathlos that was actually giving characters like Ryu a run for his money. And actually, Ryu in Street Fighter characters actually do scale to Capcom. Sorry, Darkstalker characters, which are borderline universal to multiversal characters. And yet, Nergigante was casually not only fighting these guys, but proved he was actually the strongest amongst them, only leaving when he actually sensed a much bigger threat to the situation that nobody else could sense as well. So not only did I prove Nergigante was faster than light, multi-continental in power, but now he has a variant, or at least another version of him, that can compete with characters that can not only destroy universes, but are a threat to multiverses. So again, yeah, there is a version of him that can compete with even comics Godzilla. Peace.